Welcome to Speaking of Schaumburg. I'm Village President Al Larson. In this episode, we'll catch up with the Schaumburg Business Association. Then we'll find out what's new with the Renaissance Schaumburg Hotel and Convention Center. We'll finish out the program with a visit from the Schaumburg Jaycees to find out what events and programs they've got in store. All of this and more today on Speaking of Schaumburg. Connecting the business members throughout the community, the Schaumburg Business Association aims to improve the quality of life and economic vitality of the village of Schaumburg. Here to tell us about their upcoming event is SBA President Kylie Harding. Kylie, welcome to Speaking of Schaumburg.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Tell us about the SBA. What does that stand for, SBA?
Well, some people think it's Small Business Association, which in some ways it could be. We have a lot of small businesses in our association, but for here in Schaumburg, it's the Schaumburg Business Association.
How many members do you have?
We have over 500 members, and we have a really diverse range of members. We have members that are located here in Schaumburg as well as the greater Schaumburg area. And we have members, like I said, from small businesses all the way up to some of the really large businesses that are represented here in Schaumburg too, like Motorola and Verizon and Pepsi.
Now, how did you get involved with the SBA? Where'd you come from? What's your background?
Well, I have a unique background in that I started on Capitol Hill. I was a congressional staffer right out of college. I went to go work after that in Clarksville, Tennessee for a Chamber of Commerce there. I worked as the Downtown District Partnership, sort of their downtown revitalization.
How big a town was that?
Well, Clarksville, Tennessee is where Fort Campbell Army Post is, and there's around 120,000 people that are residents of that community.
Okay.
So I worked there with their Downtown District Partnership, and then I moved on to another position there with their Government and Military Affairs Committee. So I was working back in D.C. again, which I enjoyed.
So you're working for the government, and then you're working in the private sector, and,
right.
and working for the government.
Right. So kind of back and forth. So I worked as a liaison between Fort Campbell and the local community. And then I moved to the Wheaton, Illinois area and started my own business. I sort of, after working with all the entrepreneurs that are in Clarksville at the Chamber of Commerce, I had a bit of that entrepreneurial bug hit me and decided to open my own business. So I worked as a small business owner myself for 5 years before I sold that business, and I went to go work for Whole Foods Market.
And what was the business? What business was that you founded?
I was working as a home stager and as a real estate marketer. So I would help realtors decide how to market their own businesses.
Okay, all right. Yeah. That's a big challenge, I guess.
It was, and for a while it was very lucrative and very exciting to work with. But then when the economic crisis hit and real estate really took a hard hit, it was hard to be in that business because a lot of people certainly needed staging, and a lot of realtors certainly needed to revamp their marketing plan. However, the funds weren't always there.
When you say staging, what does entail staging?
Well, staging is sort of when your house is on sale, you need to kind of make sure you're marketing it to the best of its ability. So I would move furniture. I would say, you know what, we need to paint walls here. We need to take those curtains down. You got to get rid of the clutter. Make sure it doesn't smell like cat pee. You know, all those things to help make a house to sell.
And you went from there, from cat pee to Whole Foods.
To Whole Foods Market, yes. So which certainly did not smell like cat pee. So.
How long were you there? How long were you at Whole Foods?
I was at Whole Foods for about 2.5 years, and that's what brought me to the Schaumburg community, and that's when I really fell in love with Schaumburg and then also the Schaumburg Business Association, because I really got involved. I knew from my experience with the Clarksville Chamber of Commerce that if you want to get a business ingrained into the local community, you need to go through the local business association. So when Whole Foods was opening in Schaumburg, I said, well, the first thing we need to do is join the business association. So I marched right over from Whole Foods to where the SBA office is, and I said, sign us up, we're in. And we had a great partnership with them during the tenure I'm there, and I'm really happy to say that there's a new marketer there, and I know that tradition is going to continue.
Well, we love Whole Foods.
It's a great store.
We're very pleased that they came to Schaumburg.
Thank you. Yeah, I am too.
Tell us about the SBA now. Now you've been with the SBA how long now?
I started in June.
You're a veteran.
Well, right. Well, it's been a little over 4 months now, and it's very exciting. I go to work with a smile on my face every day. I really enjoy my job, and it's because of the people I work with. I think there's some magic that we have here in Schaumburg that other communities desperately try to emulate. And it's because we do a lot of great business here, there's great business opportunities, but there's also that hometown feel, and there's a really nice we can do it together attitude that Schaumburg has.
Now, you've got some events coming up with the SBA.
We do. We've got some great events.
Toast of Schaumburg.
Toast of Schaumburg. It's our annual Black Tie Gala. It's a great event. It's open to anyone in the community that wants to come. We have great prices. There is a lot of really nice items up for auction, both in a live auction and silent auction. And as well, this year our theme is called Inferno West, so it's sort of a take on the Studio 54 disco. There's a light-up disco floor this year, and a band called Dynasty, which is going to play all the great music everybody loves to dance to.
And where's that located?
It's at the Renaissance Hotel and Convention Center, so I'm really excited to be there this year.
Yeah, me too, me too.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's a great facility over there. People fall in love. They come in there and they, especially moms and dads, well, brides and bridegrooms, they come in and they see it and they, oh, wow.
Yeah, the staff couldn't be nicer to work with there too. I've worked with a lot of hotels in my experience, and I have to say that the staff that they have at the Renaissance is top notch.
Yeah. Now, Toast of Schaumburg, that's coming up.
Right.
What was the date again?
October 6th. So it's coming
6th.
up very quickly in the month of October, October 6th, the first weekend.
Okay.
So I know that it's usually a much heralded event, and it's a lot of fun. So
and then there's the Business Expo, I guess, that you guys put together.
The Business Expo is our next big event for the fall, and this year there's a really special thing we're doing. This is the first year we've done it. We decided that, like I said, Schaumburg's such a great community, and the business people really see that part where they want to give back. And this year our date for the expo is November 15th. Which on the calendar is the Thursday before Thanksgiving. So we thought, well, why don't we sort of turn this into an opportunity to give back? And so this year, in lieu of paying a $5 fee to get in, we're going to be taking donations of canned goods that we're going to be giving to the 2 local food pantries, which are the District 54 Food Pantry and the Schaumburg Township Food Pantry. Yeah. So we're really lucky to be working with them. The presenting sponsor of the expo this year is Verizon Wireless, and I've been working very closely with the Verizon folks, as well as Whole Foods Market, which has come on as a presenting sponsor as well, and they are actually donating food at cost to help for the event as well. They look to raise about $10,000 worth of food from Whole Foods doing their own food drive to give to the School District 54 and the Schaumburg Township Food Pantries.
Oh, is that a one-day event?
That is actually a one-day event for our expo. However, from what I heard from Whole Foods, they're going to be collecting canned goods and items for food pantry donations from October through, I think, the end of November.
Oh,
so there'll be a 2-month window that anyone can go to the store and donate food for that cause.
So the cost, if somebody wanted to as a business in town, they want to be at the Schaumburg Expo. What do they have to do, and who do they have to contact?
Well, they would contact our office. They can contact us either online, they can call us, or they could stop in. We have booth prices that start as low as a little over $400 for businesses and go all the way up depending on what size booth you want. And this year we have a really special deal we've created to entice some of the new members or the new businesses that have come to Schaumburg in the past year. We call it a Business Accelerator Package, where they get a whole package to kind of help jumpstart their business. It would include a membership, a 1-year membership to the SBA, a 10x10 booth to the expo, 2 of our Good Morning Schaumburgs, one of the ones which is very desirable to come to, which is your State of the Schaumburg address at our January Good Morning Schaumburg.
I hope you have something to talk about. I'm counting on you to
so that's included
to generate
in the
some really great businesses out there that I can talk about.
Absolutely. So that deal is $790. It's over a $1,200 package, and we're offering it for $790. So if you're a new business to Schaumburg, it's a no-brainer to take advantage of that and really kind of jumpstart your exposure to this community.
How many entrants did you have last year?
We had, I think, over 200 businesses that participated, and we had over 2,000 people that came through the expo. So it certainly is, if you're a business owner, it's the place to be to get a mass amount of exposure. Somebody
wants to join the SBA. Is there a number? Is it, give me the phone number.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing to do is call us, 847-413-1010, or you can visit us at schaumburgbusiness.com. We're also on Facebook and LinkedIn. So whatever way you want to come visit us, we always welcome people to come into our office as well.
Sounds like 2 great events coming up.
Absolutely. Very exciting.
Pally,
thank you so much.
Thanks for speaking of Schaumburg.
Thank you.
Thank you. With 500 rooms and over 140,000 square feet of meeting space, there's always something interesting going on at the Renaissance Schaumburg Hotel and Convention Center. Find out more next here on Speaking of Schaumburg. The Renaissance Schaumburg Hotel and Convention Center attracts events and guests from all around the country. Here to talk about how their year has been going as well as what to expect in the coming months is General Manager Lisa Timbo and Director of Convention Center Sales Eric Hallberg. Welcome to Speaking of Schaumburg.
Thank you.
Well, now you're the manager of the hotel and the convention center too?
I am. I oversee both parts of it, both components, the convention center and the hotel.
That means you get a double salary from the
Do
mayor?
I? No, it just means I have double the responsibility.
So what's happening now at the convention center?
Well, this week's a great week for us. It's the highly anticipated Ryder Cup that's taking place. So there's lots of activities that's going on, and even Sam & Harry's has complete buyouts for the groups.
Oh, that's great.
So we have 5 full days of fun activities, but really the end of the year is turning to be a very strong year for us, and we have a few new shows than what we had last year. So in this December, we hope everyone in the community comes out. We have our first time a craft show that's going to be there in perfect timing for the holidays. So
what dates are there?
Do you know the dates?
It's December 5th through the 8th.
Okay, all right.
So combined with the Christmas craft show, also shortly after Thanksgiving, we have the Transworld Jewelry Show, which many folks in the area, I'm sure, are familiar with. That's an annual show of ours that has been growing. It was one of the first shows we booked when the convention center opened.
Okay, and they've come back every year?
Yes, and now they've even added a second show, which typically happens in late summer. So this past year, it was right before Labor Day. They have it's a smaller size show that brings through about 20,000 folks through it, but then the one in December takes up the entire 100,000 square feet of the convention center, bringing upwards of 35 to 40,000 people through the area.
So everything stops at the first of the year? Or?
No, of course not. Usually calendar year it stops, but you know, that jewelry show has such impact. Yeah. I have a college roommate that lives in Quincy, Illinois, and her girlfriends come up every year to attend this. Now, I didn't know that she had been going for years and years to it before I started working at the property, but that's the impact that this show has, which is exciting to see.
Let me go back to something you said earlier about this special events that are taking place, the Ryder Cup. I understand you've got some special guests too.
We do. So this is the first time in our history that we have royalty staying with us.
Oh my.
We have a lord and lady from England, which is exciting. And we also—
You couldn't get Prince Harry to come.
No. After his misbehaving, I think it's okay that, you know, we have a quieter audience this week. But we also have the First Minister of Scotland will be here. Scotland was hosting the Ryder Cup next year, so this is the transition team. So a lot of those individuals that work with the golf institutions in Scotland are also staying at the property. So
how many people are coming out just for the Ryder Cup? I mean, I know just you're sold out, but I mean, what's the impact of that? How many?
Yeah, it's my understanding that it's over 20,000 room nights that it's bringing to the business, to hotel rooms in the local community. But it goes not only for the Schaumburg area, but really all the way out into the southwest suburbs, this impact. But what's important is that these are business leaders in North America that are coming to the convention center and the property. So the exposure that we'll have long term will be lasting, because this is a great opportunity for them to see what Schaumburg's all about.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It's a beautiful facility, isn't it?
Quite impressive.
You have a number of weddings there too, don't you?
Yes. This year, for example, we're trending about 10 weddings more than we had last year. So that is one piece of the business that continues to grow and to be, we're the marquee location in the northwest suburbs for wedding events.
And for large wedding events too.
Yeah. Well, we have ranging anywhere from 100 to, we can do up to 1,500
What's the largest wedding you've had there?
We had 1,000 people earlier this year, which was amazing. I mean, it was just flawless execution, and it was really 1,000 people that came for a one-day event.
Wow, for a one-day event?
One day, it was amazing.
I mean, those cabs must have been lined up all the way.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Now, you personalize events there too. Somebody has a different ethnic heritage, you'll do that and work that into your menu?
Yeah, in fact, you'll see with many of the large weddings, as far as the number of attendees, that most of them really are European type of events. So this wedding specifically was one in which it was a non-American wedding, but it had, just great number of attendants.
Okay, and you have events. I suspect that the Convention Center Hotel attracts business from other areas of the other areas, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do we swipe from Chicago and make it appear?
Well, there's a lot of shows that we've had, but coming up next year, which is really exciting, is this convention called Brick World. And
Brick
it
World?
is Brick World, and it's a Lego enthusiast. Yeah, no, the plastic bricks. But this is from all over the world, which really is international. You'll have everyone who's really into Lego building and plastic hobbying will come out. So we'll have master Lego builders that will be in property, but it will be a show open to the public as well as collectors. So that's brand new to us for next year. We're really excited.
When will
to have
that take place?
It's mid-May.
Mid-May.
And that actually came from a facility in Lake County. And they chose to come to us after.
Oh, why not?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Yeah.
And part of it also is the draw of Schaumburg with Legoland right there in the streets
sure.
of Woodfield as well.
That's great. That's great. No, the impact that the hotel convention center is having is phenomenal. I mean,
it's true.
We're getting a lot more restaurants coming into town.
It's true.
We like the restaurants. And
this year, the anticipated attendance for the convention center alone is almost 200,000 people that will be coming through our doors. So that's record-breaking in the 6 years that the property's been open. So the economic impact just really does continue to grow.
So we're doing better than we did when we opened up in
2006, yeah.
2006.
In fact, this year will be the highest occupancy for the hotel.
Okay.
And the number of attendees coming through the convention center is record-breaking. So we keep a lot of stats and numbers, and we're always proud when we see stuff that's really
How does this
important.
compare to other Renaissance hotels?
Well, our hotel for Renaissance, as far as a preferred location or the overall satisfaction, is in the top 5% of the entire brand. So a lot of what we do here at the property really creates the culture and the expectations of the other Renaissance properties that we have.
And I suspect you keep track of people who come back again, don't you?
We do.
There's a term for that, I think you guys in
We do. Well, our
hospitality
repeat loyalty program is pretty impressive, but we have over probably 70 guests that stay more than 75 nights a year with us. So when you really think about it, they're Monday through Friday stays where they're home away from home. So we take great joy in those customers that we get to know, or those groups that come back, and those are the ones that we always say we give extra care, and and they have the best satisfaction levels because we're happy for them to return to us.
And you're not just getting conventions either, are you? You're actually getting business people who are bringing salespeople out and bringing delegations out. And
yeah, specifically in the Schaumburg market, there really isn't another property that really has the same impact or feel for it. So you see a lot of customers that will come out to the property that will want to entertain, will want to influence their customers and do site visits specifically because of the property.
No, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, we're happy to host them.
Oh, we're happy. Right? We're happy that you're happy.
Good.
Lisa.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thanks for being here.
We're glad to be here.
Thanks, Eric.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
All year round, the Schaumburg Jaycees find ways to offer people a chance to give back to the community. Find out what they're up to next here on Speaking of Schaumburg. The Schaumburg Jaycees is a not-for-profit organization that provides young people with opportunities for community service, individual development, and leadership skills. Here to tell us about their upcoming events in Schaumburg is Jaycees Secretary Doug Pelt. Doug, welcome to Speaking of Schaumburg.
Thanks so much for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Well, Jaycees have been involved in Schaumburg for years and years and years. What are some of the projects that you guys are involved in now?
Right now we're gearing up for our fourth quarter, which is probably our busiest time of the year. With the holidays coming up, we really like to reach out to different families by providing meals at both Thanksgiving and at Christmas. We buy food baskets and provide them with weeks worth of meals and even Thanksgiving dinner. We also sponsor a wish tree where we have a wish tree that people can come take names off of that for needy children and buy them gifts. And last year we bought gifts for over 90 children to help make Christmas a more magical time for them.
Where's wish tree going to be this year?
We're still trying to find a location that works best for us, that we get the most amount of traffic so we can have the most impact.
Where have you had the wish tree in the past?
It's been in the town square in the past. And I think that we're trying to find a different location for that. I don't have that information today, though.
Okay, well, it's something to look forward to. People want if they want to contribute towards the wish tree.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a great thing that people can really join in and help us out rather than just coming from the Jaycees. It really brings the community together to rally around and help these needy families, and like I said, make Christmas a little bit more special for some of those children.
Now, if somebody wanted to make a donation or wanted to maybe take a wish off the wish tree to give some needy family something for Christmas, who would they contact, or what number would they call?
They would just contact us through our website, SchaumburgJaycees.org. All of the information about our events is posted there in detail, so that's really the best place to find out information for us. We also have a voicemail line that gets checked regularly, but as far as getting the details, going to SchaumburgJaycees.org is the best place to do that.
What are some of the other projects the Jaycees are involved with?
Also, we are doing, we do some service opportunities, and we also do social opportunities. Right now, this year, we've done the third Thursday of every month. We've gone to a different restaurant in Schaumburg and done a social gathering and kind of a networking opportunity there for people. And we think that that's a great way that we can patronize the businesses in Schaumburg while also having some relaxation time, getting to know each other. We also did a benefit concert this summer where we raised money for an organization by doing a raffle there. And of course, we helped out at the September Fest a few weekends ago.
The benefit concert, where was that?
We actually held that in Streamwood.
Okay.
The Schaumburg Jaycees sponsored the event out in Streamwood. And we had music, we had raffle tickets, people could bring a sack lunch, and it was just a nice kind of a Ravinia festival experience up here in the suburbs.
How does somebody get involved in the Jaycees? How did you get involved in the Jaycees?
Well, I was good friends with our current chairman of the board, and she's a real active person and loves to help out other people.
Is it Christy Martin?
Yeah, Christy Martin. Okay. So we were good friends with her, and we had found, my wife and I had been going to a lot of Jaycees events over the years, and finally said, we might as well take part and join the Jaycees. So
now, what's the criteria for joining the Jaycees? Is there an age limit? Is there
Yeah, so the Jaycees is specifically meant for young people, 18 years of age to 40. And the purpose is to help give young people an opportunity to build their leadership skills, public speaking skills, writing skills, by participating in events like the ones that I've mentioned tonight. So by running events and participating, it helps build their leadership skills so that as they grow older and as we get more responsibilities later in life, that we can emerge as those leaders.
Okay, all right, that's great. Now you mentioned the a different restaurant every month. Where do you meet as your general meeting?
Our general meeting takes place on the second Monday of every month at 7:30, and that's at Pilot Pete's, which is the restaurant at the Schaumburg Airfield. And there's the balloon room in the back there where they have the hot air balloon in there.
Sure.
And we meet there, and it's very casual. Anyone's invited. You don't have to be a member to come. You can visit to find out what we're planning to do on the upcoming events, or to find out more information about us. So that's a great place to come and do that.
What is your background? What do you do for a living?
I'm a teacher. I teach band and music classes at a private school. I've been a teacher for 11 years now. And this is just, the Schaumburg Jaycees is just another opportunity.
What do you teach?
I teach in Elmhurst at a private school there.
Okay. Because we have a youth symphony orchestra, and if you teach music, did you say? Or?
Yeah, and I've actually played in the Spring Valley Concert Band. I've played in that for several years. Yeah, Joan. Okay. Yeah.
So. Was that the Spring Valley Concert Band they played at the fundraiser you had recently?
No. This was more of a contemporary rock and roll band that we had at the fundraiser.
A contemporary rock and roll band, huh?
Yeah. I was actually a part of that. I was playing guitar for it.
So you're part of that.
Yeah, so it was me and a couple buddies.
You're not just a teacher, you're a musician too.
Well,
huh?
yeah, I mean, I feel that some of the best teachers are the ones that also try to practice their craft. So being kind of an active musician in my church and outside of that kind of informs me to be a better teacher also.
What church are you involved with?
Grace Lutheran in Streamwood.
Okay, all right. Now, how's the chapter doing? I mean, I joined the Jaycees back in the early 70s, and they had over 100 members at the time, but I suspect that's changed somewhat, hasn't it?
We don't have quite that many right now. Membership is down pretty much statewide, and that's kind of been a concern for us. Fortunately, our presence at Septemberfest is usually our biggest recruiting opportunity. So we've got a lot of people that were interested in learning more about the Jaycees and possibly joining. So that's kind of our big membership push, because that's one of our most visible events that we put on and help take part in.
Oh, now you deliver these food baskets to needy families. Where do you get the list of needy families from?
We do get lists from the Schaumburg Township itself for the kids, for the Wish Tree, and also for the needy families. And you know, we go out and we shop and try to, you know, buy as much food as we can and really help those people out during the holidays.
No, it's a great project. It really is, and so is the Wish Tree. I hope you find a great location for it, you know.
Yeah, we just, again, we want to get the most traffic possible so that the most people will come and help us out by buying gifts, and you know.
You guys also help greet Santa Claus when Santa Claus arrives.
Yes, the village tree lighting. Yeah, that's a fun event too. Again, try to get the holiday season kicked off.
That's a very popular event too, judging from the number of kids that show up and the parents with the kids. And
absolutely, it's just a great time for family, and before the weather gets really, really too cold to enjoy.
And who plays the Santa Claus for that?
I'm not sure who's doing it this year. The same gentleman had been playing it for several years. I'm not sure if he's still doing it this year or not.
And who would that be?
I don't know his name off the top of my head.
Well,
I only joined
St. Nicholas.
Yeah, St. Nick, exactly. I've only been a member actually for for a little bit over a year.
Okay.
And I already decided, you know, I wanted to be more actively involved. Okay. That's a nice thing about the Jaycees, is that, you know, if you want to be involved and the more you want to do, you've got those opportunities.
You're just secretary to the chapter, right?
Right. And you know, if you just want, you know, opportunities for, you know, leadership training, you can participate in those things. If you're really interested in volunteering, you can really jump right into that also. You know, we like to say the Jaycees are what you make it. So it's really an opportunity for people to do what they want to do, what they're comfortable doing. And we really see that the more you do, the more you benefit, and also the more the community benefits.
Well, you guys do great work.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming to Speaking of Schaumburg.
Pleasure being here. Thanks so much.
Look forward to the Wish Tree.
We'll be there.
Let us know.
All right.
That'll do it for this edition of Speaking of Schaumburg. Join us again next month for another all-new episode. Until then, I'll see you around town.